Everybody, this is Fernando Herranz here to show you how to use the reference manager Zotero, and I'm just going to be covering a few of the basic functions of Zotero, and just want to make sure that if you're going to use Zotero, make sure that you download the desktop application. In this case I'm using my Mac, and also make sure that you also download the web browser connector application as well, or plugin, because they will speak to each other, the desktop application and your web plugin. And while you do that, you're going to also probably be signing up for Zotero, so you'll probably will have an account, and by having an account you will be able to sync your desktop application with your plugin on your browser. In this case, for the browser, I'm going to be using Firefox. I believe it will also work well with Chrome, and I believe it also will work for Safari as well on the Mac. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So I've got my browser open to my Google Scholar, and I also have Zotero opened in the background, as well as Microsoft Word at the bottom. So just want to show you the window here for Zotero. Right now I've got a folder that I created, which I'm going to be looking into antibiotics, the efficacy of antibiotics. I'm just going to pull up a couple articles here, and I've got one article in my tray right now, and I'm going to show you how to add one additional document, and also how to add folders. So just to add a folder, let's go ahead and look at this button right here, which has a little folder icon with a plus on it. So just go ahead and click on that, and a little window will open up and ask you to title it. So I'm going to go ahead and title that Antibiotics Extras, just as an extra folder for me. So there it is. And now the nice thing about Zotero is that if you have a folder selected over here in your folder tray, you basically will be able to save anything that you have found on your web browser. As long as you have that folder selected here, it will automatically save whatever you click on with a plugin on the browser. We'll save it to that folder, so that's kind of a nice little feature. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to Google Scholar, and my terms that I'm going to search for here are going to be antibiotics resistance, and I'm just searching it for articles. So I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to hit search. And so I have a lot of different articles here. In fact, I have almost just actually a little over 2 million articles found there. And I think what I'll do is I'm just going to scroll down and look and see what might actually be available that has a PDF that we can download as well. And sometimes you might be able to find it. Perhaps if you're looking at PubMed Central, sometimes they'll have the PDF readily available to you. So I'm going to just go ahead and scroll down a little bit and see here if I can get something that maybe interests me. Here it looks like there is a PDF. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, great, this looks like a very interesting article. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Now it's going to be the PDF, so it's going to go straight to that PDF, and I can go ahead and save that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it now. Okay. And as I clicked on that and the PDF opened, over here in the upper right hand corner, this right here is my Zotero icon. So in this case, Zotero shows me what kind of a document it is, and so right now it looks like it's a book, if I'm not mistaken. So it looks like a book icon. So anyways, there it is, the debug IT core ontology, semantic integration of antibiotics resistance patterns. So I'm going to say yes, that's what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my Zotero icon here, and you get this little update here in the lower right hand corner as to what Zotero is doing. So it looks like it's already done, so that's great. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my Zotero window, and there it is. I had my antibiotics extras folder selected, and I've got the article that I actually found in Google Scholar right here, so that's kind of nice. And so once I have it in my tray, my Zotero tray, I'm going to look at my information here on the right hand side of my window, and you can see under info you'll have all your necessary information. Sometimes you may find that there's a section that isn't filled in, and if you know that there is something that belongs there, you might want to go ahead and search for that if you think that there's something missing along this and its different fields. Now this function here, or this button, is notes, so if there's something that you want to add to that, typing something up, typing some notes, go ahead and click on add, and you'll see that you get a mini text type function here. So you can go ahead and select bold or italics and all the different functions that you have, and you can go ahead and type in here. So like, this book is a PDF. Okay, so we'll just do that real quickly, and it saves it automatically once I finish typing it. So I can also edit in a separate window, so if I don't want to type in here but I want to type in a different window, I just click on that, and there goes my small typing window where I can add additional notes. Once I'm done there, I can click on it here and make any notes related. Maybe there's an article that is related to it, or if I want to add some tags, I can say okay, medicine, just as an idea for how I want to do that for tags. So I'll hit that, I'll hit enter, and there's my tag, add. I might want to add some more. If I'm done, I'll just go ahead and click over here, and you see that the one tag medicine shows up, and then I can just go ahead and close it out. Okay, so there's a note that I mentioned there. This book is a PDF. If I go back to the actual article, I select it here, you'll see that my notes will show up right here. Okay, my tags. Okay, if I want to add any tags that I had mentioned before, I believe I can go ahead and do that here. Just hit add. Now that the tag that I added before will probably be attached to the PDF. So yeah, that's there, and here's a tag for the PDF. Okay, the note that I actually mentioned. Excuse me. So let's pretend that I can look for an additional article. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll keep my folder selected, and let's go ahead and search for one more thing here. Whoops, wrong window. Here we go. So let's go back to our findings here, our results in Google Scholar, and I'm going to scroll down just a little further, and we'll look at this next one, antibacterial susceptibility of some urinary tract pathogens to commonly used antibiotics. So that also seems pretty interesting to me, but it is a PDF, so let's see if we can do a different article here. Let's do this one right here. Okay, and that will probably take me to a publisher's website. Yes, Taylor and Francis Online. And as you can see that my Zotero icon changed to what looks like a page. So I'm going to take a quick glance at it and see, okay, there's an abstract, and we got the authors obviously, and the DOI link as well. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down a little bit, take a look at it, and see if there's any additional information at the bottom. Not too much there, but just a little bit, which is what we really need right now. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the page icon here, and see, we're going to look out for the results here for saving. And so there it goes. It's looking for full text. Couldn't pick up the PDF, but looks like there is the abstract, so we can go ahead, and there's also a snapshot that it takes and saves with the document too, so that's a good thing. And okay, there, it's gone away. Let's go ahead and go back over to Zotero. Okay, and there is the article that we just looked at. So let me go ahead and open that up a little bit. Here's our snapshot. Here's our information. I believe our abstract is here, so you can see it's all sort of stored in that little space there. Once you click on the word abstract, it kind of reduces it or minimizes it to just a very simple one-line field. Okay, we'll look at our snapshot. Gives us a little bit of information there, and if we want to take a look at it, you'll see that there is a link that's attached to that snapshot. So if we want to see it, we can go ahead and click on it, and it opens it up in the browser, and there it is, so we can see what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to Zotero real quickly, and again, we can, if I select the title of the article, and we can go ahead and add notes if we want to add notes or tags. Okay, there's already tags listed there, so that's a good thing. Related, if we want to add any additional articles or information there, we can go ahead and do it there. And just going back to our info, we'll have all those that we had before. So, okay, so now let's go ahead and see what we can do about creating a bibliography in Microsoft Word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize my two articles, and in this case what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of them, and this will allow me to actually copy the citation and paste it into Microsoft Word. Very simple task for Zotero. So I'm going to ahead and just leave those selected. I'm going to go here to edit, and I can do copy citation or copy bibliography. For the most part, it'll do very similar things. Let's go ahead and copy bibliography. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and select my Microsoft Word, and I'm going to go ahead and type in sources just as a section here, and I'll just hit return because that's going to paste wherever the cursor is going to be. And then what I can do is right here with my mouse, I'll go ahead and right click where the cursor is, and I'll say paste, and there are my two sources that I just found in Google Scholar. And it did save it in the American Psychological Association, which I will go ahead and show you where to make that selection, just in case you want to change that, of course. But as you can see, here we have our list of sources. Let's go back over to Zotero, and let's go to Zotero and the Zotero drop-down menu, Preferences, and then you'll see that along these options here, we'll go ahead and click on Export. Okay, of course these are all selectable. Okay, in this case I'm going to go to Export, and you can see my default format is American Psychological Association 6th edition, but if you click on the drop down, you'll see that you have a lot of different ways of formatting your citations. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that, and then if I want to take a look and see what that particular citation looks like, I'll click on Cite, and you'll see I have a lot of the options that I just showed you. And what I can do is I can select different ones here. In this case, I'll select Chicago Manual of Style 17th edition, and I'll click on Style Preview, and that will give you an idea. We can just go ahead and refresh that, and it should give me an idea of what that looks like. Okay, it looks like it's going to select all of them, so and I can go ahead and change that to different formats here. In this case, I'll just leave it as all, and scroll down, you see the American Psychological Association, and you can go ahead and see the Chicago Manual of Style, the 17th edition, and there it is. So it gives you the preview, and if you want to change it, you can either delete the pasted information that you have, or you can go ahead and select it. But I think the best way for me is to just go ahead and delete it if I need to change it completely. So anyways, that's a little brief overview of some of the very basic functions of Zotero. Thank you for watching and listening. This is Fernando Herranz signing off, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.